How do you balance boundaries with forgiveness? If you forgive a person but still enact a boundary, have you really forgiven and turned the other cheek? For example, if a friend breaks your trust and you decide to forgive but you no longer share personal information. I love this question. It's so good. I think the foundation of every relationship has to be forgiveness because we're humans. I mess up all the time. And so I have to get great at receiving forgiveness, giving forgiveness, asking for forgiveness. Like because I'm a human being. I got this freaking dirty flesh on that, it's like I'm not made in the image of Christ until I see his face. So I've got flesh just like you. And so there is a time when a person's character is revealed. And so that's different than like an instance. So someone who has a habit of constantly hurting you without ever making any amends to change is not actually sorry for their behavior. And that's when you want to take some steps back, put some distance up, or explain yourself. Like, hey, actually, I'm no longer going to be sharing this type of information with you because you've proven yourself not trustworthy. It doesn't mean that we won't ever restore this relationship, but this is how there's been no fruit in the area of change. And I cannot continue to give my heart to someone who's unwilling to change. And you just have to say it that straight. And it can't be like this dance and, I just don't have time to hang out anymore. If you really care about the relationship. If you don't, then you could probably do all that. But if you actually care about the person and care about the relationship, you just have to say it straight. That's just the bottom line. And then of course it means that you've forgiven them, even if you have to take a couple of steps back. Like sometimes that's what happens. Dr. Henry Cloud says, also another quote that I love, he says, sorry does not equal trust. Change equals trust. And so when somebody's willing to change, that's when you can, release trust in them. And so again, you have to look at yourself first. I never approach someone unless I've thoroughly examined myself. And then once I've done that, it's like, okay, great. I'm going to forgive you for this situation that's happened, but I no longer trust you. Trust has been severely broken. And I'm either interested in working this out with you and rebuilding trust, or I'm not. And that's the conversation.